Ladies and gentlemen, I am Hung Fa. At age 44, Shi Qiuping cut her hair for the first time in over 3 decades. At the time, her impressive locks extended over 5 meters, earning the Guinness World Record for the world's longest hair. Even with that impressive feat, her hair might not have reached its maximum possible length. To understand how long human hair can grow, let's look at the bottom of a hair follicle. Follicles are tube-shaped structures nestled roughly half a centimeter below the skin surface. At their base is the hair bulb, which contains rapidly dividing matrix cells. As these cells divide, they develop into specialized hair cells called trichocytes that harden as they fill with cable-like keratin proteins. As more trichocytes are produced, they form a strand of hair that emerges from the follicle and grows upward. All the hair on your body grows this way, but not all hair reaches the same length, color, or shape. These properties are determined by yet another cell type within the hair bulb, the fibroblasts. Fibroblasts instruct the matrix cells to grow specific kinds of hair for each part of the body. That's why doctors performing hair implants usually use hair from the same body part, though sometimes they transplant hair from other areas. For example, eyelashes are among the shortest hair on the body, at an average length of about 1 centimeter. To give people longer eyelashes, doctors use scalp follicles, which grow at a rate of around 15 centimeters per year, meaning those patients have to cut their eyelashes regularly to avoid a blinding curtain of hair. Follicles are resilient. Even if you pluck your hair with your fingers or remove it with wax, you'll likely only damage matrix cells, not fibroblasts. Given time, these hair bulbs can repair themselves and start producing new hair. However, each strand only grows for a limited period. But we don't fully understand how follicles measure time. In most cases, they stop growing a strand after 5 to 7 years, at an average growth speed of 15 centimeters a year. The average person's scalp hair can reach a maximum length of around 1 meter. The duration and speed of hair growth vary between individuals depending on genetics, hormones, and health conditions, so it's hard to know which combination of factors allowed Shi Qiuping to reach her record. When a follicle stops growing, the hair falls out, either gradually or in clumps during showers or brushing. After a hair is lost, fibroblasts typically trigger growth of a new strand to refill the scalp. As we age, follicles run out of certain cell types, which changes hair growth. When melanocyte stem cells, which produce pigment, are depleted, follicles start producing gray hairs. And since each follicle only starts with a handful of these stem cells, graying can begin relatively early. When epithelial stem cells run out, follicles begin to shrink and produce thinner, shorter hairs before eventually ceasing production. This leads to baldness. Baldness can also be accelerated by testosterone, which interferes with fibroblasts' instructions reaching matrix cells. While hair growth naturally changes over our lives, there are ways to take more control of your scalp. Some treatments for baldness can remove excess testosterone, and special shampoos can address the coarse, brittle strands common with gray hair. Since our bodies already produce hair at the fastest biologically possible rate, there's currently no way to grow hair any faster. But even if you're unlikely to beat Shi Qiuping's record, with time, appropriate treatments, and some genetic luck, you can grow and maintain some healthy, luscious locks of your own. Thank you.